Welcome to A Course of Love. This is Earl Purdy. Welcome to the Course of Love. We're going to talk about how to open your heart, how to know that you are the being that has accomplished, and how you can accomplish everything you want at a spiritual level. Tonight on the Course of Love, I'm going to talk about the belief accomplishment, the belief consciousness, the belief accomplishment. I'm going to talk about that. So let's listen to Brother John Christmas and sing our theme song. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Hello, mighty companions. This is Earl. Welcome to Facebook Live, A Course of Love. Can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Welcome to the Course in Miracles. The Course of Love, which is the Course of Miracles. We're talking about the belief accomplishment. Now let's come together and understand that Christ was born inside of every man. He's waiting for us to choose him as ourselves. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Rita. When you choose, welcome to Facebook Live, Course of Love. We're going to talk about the belief accomplishment. Love is who I am. Guess what? You and me were not that far apart. You're repeating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, we are one. Oh, we are one. We are one. Hey, this is Earl Purdy. I want to welcome you to A Course of Love. We're going to talk about the belief accomplishment. Remember, you don't have to believe it, accept it, or welcome it. And I just want to bring these words to life. I want you to be able to hear these words through me. And I want to be able to hear these words through me, from God, from love. So I'm just here to be a conduit for love. And I ask that the higher power, I ask that Holy Spirit, God, speak through me tonight. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it? Can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Oh, we are one. Yeah, we are one. Oh, we are one. That was John Christmas at johnchristmas.com. My brother singing, "We are one. We are one." So this is Earl. Welcome, mighty companions. Welcome to A Course of Love. I'm glad we're here live. I'm glad that we are actually feeling each other It feels so good. And I'm going to jump right into the course of love. I just want you to hear it. I kind of like want you to hear it. I want you to hear it without any preparation in a way. I want to just see what leaps out. What leaps out to you out of what I'm about to do? What's going to leap out to you out of what I'm going to say? So let me get this set up so that I can see your comments, because I want to be able to see your comments. And so let me put this up here so I can. Okay. Take a breath with me. Let me take a breath then. I need to take a breath. There's a part of me that gets kind of anxious every time I get ready to do a class. And I realize it's the part of me that is still afraid of the truth. My ego. The part of me that's used to being in control. That's no longer in control. I'm feeling less and less of that part of me that would not love me or hate me or be upset with me. And that part of me doesn't want to give up without a fight, but it's already over. It's already over. You know, you're loving yourself more than you ever have before. You're loving yourself more than you've ever loved yourself before. You're giving yourself and reminding yourself of the truth more than you've ever reminded yourself of the truth before. So we're gonna see what Yeshua has to say in the course of love about accomplishment. It's chapter 6 in the treatise, chapter 6, the belief, the accomplishment, and it's on page 2. Let me put the little pieces of glass before my eyes. Okay, it's on page 253. 253, the belief accomplishment. The belief accomplishment. I like that. The belief accomplishment. Okay, so it says the source of what we have been speaking of as calling is your heart. So it's really your heart that alerts you to the treasures that lie inside of you. So it's my heart that alerts me to the treasures that are inside of me. It's your heart, not your, okay, so it's my heart. It's not my mind in and of itself that alerts me to the treasures inside of me. It's my heart. It's not your mind, it's your heart. It's your heart that alerts you. And what is it that your heart alerts you to? Your heart alerts you to the treasures that are inside of you. You have so many treasures inside of you. You are magnificent. You are magnificent. You are magnificent, Earl, and you are magnificent, mighty companion. And it's your heart. It's your heart that's going to alert you to the treasures that are inside of you. And there is no time in the place we are calling within. And your heart knows not of time, even while your heart adheres to the rules of time you would place upon yourself. So that place that you're calling within, when you say, I want to go within, your within is beyond time and space. Your within doesn't have anything to do with time. Your heart doesn't know anything about time. Your heart doesn't know anything about time. Even though you keep living in time and doing things in time, your heart doesn't know anything about time. So what should we do? It says, cease adhering to the rules of time and see how much more the language of your heart becomes known to you. So when you listen to your heart doesn't have anything to do with time. Your heart doesn't know anything about time, even though you're caught up in time all the time. So if you stop adhering to the rules of time, then you would begin to know what you wanted in your heart. I was thinking about, right before I get ready to do this broadcast, I have to kind of get myself together, put things in place, do a setup, and I'm watching the clock, and I know I have to get it ready by a certain time. So there's a part of me that's totally caught up in time. But what I was just told, and you were just told, is that there's a part of us that's outside of time. There's a part of us that's not ruled by time. And that part of us that's not ruled by time, that's our heart. And it's our heart that's going to alert us to the treasures that's inside of you. It's your heart that's going to alert you. Your heart is going to alert you to the treasures that are inside of you. And your heart operates outside of time and space. I speak here not of the rules of time that govern your days and years, but the rules of time that you believe govern your days and years, and that you thus allow to govern your thinking. So we're not hearing about time because we're going to learn about time in an old way. There's a new way we're going to learn about time. And we believe that time governs our thinking. We think in terms of time, but time is really just a measurement of learning, which means if your learning is now at the stage at which it occurs in unison with unlearning, then the end of time as you know it is close to hand. If your learning is now at the stage at which it occurs in union with unlearning, so if you are learning and unlearning at the same time, you are learning, but you're also unlearning. If you're learning and unlearning at the same time, then you are almost at the end of time. The end of time as you know time is close at hand, because you are at the point that you are learning and that you're unlearning at the same time. I'm receiving new learning and I'm letting go of old learning at the same time. So I'm close to the end of time as I know time. If you begin now to think without the barriers of time you but placed upon your thinking, if you can begin to think in terms of the eternal, if you can begin to think in terms of forever, if you can begin to think in terms of permanence, if you can begin to think without the barriers of time that you have placed on your thinking, then you will advance this process more quickly. So what will advance your waking up process more quickly? For me to stop thinking in terms of time, which is the same as saying stop thinking in terms of beginnings and endings. Stop thinking in terms of beginning and ending, because all of that happens in time. That it's time for us to start to think of ourselves outside of time and to think of ourselves as being eternal. So if you were to think of yourself as an eternal being, then you would speed up your process. So you are a being that is eternal, that exists forever. You are something that is beyond time. And if you start thinking of yourself as eternal, then the process of your awakening would start to move more quickly, and it would bring about the end of the pattern of learning that you refer to as time. So if you're tired of learning through time and you're ready to experience your awakening more rapidly, start thinking of yourself as outside of time. Start thinking of yourself as awareness. Start thinking of yourself as consciousness. Start thinking of yourself as spirit. And if you see yourself as spirit, it will take you outside of time, which is a slow process, and you would start to move a lot faster. It doesn't matter whether or not you see yourself as eternal and you do you know that the reason, if for some reason it freezes because of the connection, just stay where you are and it automatically reconnects. Okay, so just hang in there. I'm taking this very slowly, as you probably noticed, because I am dead sincere about hearing what this friggin' book is saying. I want to hear what it's saying so that I can do it, so that I can get the results that it's talking about faster. That's right, Rita. There is no time. Time is a construct, an illusion. Eternity doesn't mean forever time or all the time. Eternity means no time. There's only this here and now. That is correct. If we have to start thinking of ourselves as spirit, because the belief that you begin and end, that belief is rooted in the idea that you are a human physical body only. So the idea of death is tied to the idea that you are this physical body only. Notice I said physical body only. The truth is, you are not a body. You are not a body. What you are is free. So when you think of yourself as free, when you begin to allow yourself to even consider the idea that you may not be your body, then you are beyond time, which is beyond beginnings and endings. And so your process of learning and awakening will start to move more quickly. So the end of the pattern of learning that you refer to as time is the beginning of the time of unity. So what did that just tell us? The end of learning in time is the beginning of the time of unity and joining. So what does that mean? When I stop looking at myself as something that begins and ends, something that lives in time, something that is not permanent, something that is a body, when I'm no longer looking at myself that way, then I'm beginning the time of unity. So unity comes from ending the pattern of learning that's based in time, which is based in beginnings and endings. That's right, Shahira. You are birthless. You are deathless. Claire, you're right. Time is the gap between my present self and my future self, which actually do not exist. The only thing that exists is what's happening now. The only thing that exists is what's happening now. So when you begin to see yourself as birthless and deathless, you're beginning the time of oneness. At that point, you are at the beginning of the time of unity. It says in chapter 6, paragraph 3, this return to unity is reliant upon the changes in your beliefs that this course has brought about. So the return to oneness is based on changing your beliefs. You're getting back to unity, you're getting back to oneness is relying on changing your beliefs. But changing your beliefs in the way that this course has brought about. Yeah, we got to change our beliefs, but we need to change our beliefs based on the truth that we're studying in a course of love. Starting in January 4th, the first Thursday in January, I'm going to, at this time, I'm going to do a new class that is based on what I call a hardcore course in miracles. I've studied the Course in Miracles 37 years and taught it 30 years. And there's a level of it related even to this that wants to come through, that's hardcore, that wants to come through me. And I'm going to do it on Thursdays at 7 p.m. and starting January 4th, the first Thursday in January. Just want to let you know. Okay. It's called Hardcore Course. It's going to be a trip. Okay. So let's review these beliefs and how these beliefs relate to your concept of time. It seems weird to say, this Course in Miracles class that I'm going to do on Thursday, the hardcore course, it's for those people that really, really want to hear what the Course is saying, really, really get the essence of it. And there's a way that I'm going to allow it to come through me that will be perfect for some people. The key is it'll be perfect for some of you. It will not be perfect for some of you, maybe. Only you can be accomplished, and your accomplishment is already complete. Your accomplishment is already complete. You have already completed. You are already awake. You are already healed. You are already back to the awareness of who you really are. What you're doing right now is seeing what you went through to get there. So now you're moving to the heart. So what does this mean in regards to time? If you're already accomplished, what does this mean in regard to time? You might think of being accomplished as all of your work being done. So when I say you're accomplished, you may think of it as me saying all your work has been done. If there is no work to be done, if there is nothing for you to do, why do you need time? If you've done everything there is to do, then what do you need time for? Have you ever conceived of accomplishing anything without taking into account the time that it will take? Have you ever thought about doing anything without thinking about how much time it would take? I bet you that there was some point that you thought about how much time watching this class would take, how much time it would take to eat a dinner, how much time it will take to watch a movie. Everything we do, we think of it in terms of time. So relate this question in our discussion of treasure, and you will understand what it is that I'm speaking about. In other words, you believe that your treasures only become accomplished abilities within time, which means you believe that your treasures only become part of your identity when you have passed beyond the time it takes for those treasures to become abilities. So in other words, all that you might wish to accomplish stands separate from you and beyond you in time. It always looks like whatever you want to accomplish is beyond you and somewhere in time in the future. It looks like whatever it is that you want to accomplish always seems like it's separate from you, and what you want exists in the future. I want to be a doctor. That will happen in the future. I want to have the perfect relationship. It will happen in the future. I want to wake up to who I really am. That's going to happen in the future. So he says that we think that what we want to accomplish is beyond us in time, that your mind projects what you desire to accomplish onto an unknown future time is what would seem to keep you from accomplishment, is that your mind projects what you desire to accomplish into an unknown future time. Every time I say I want to accomplish something, I project it into the future at a time that I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm always projecting things and my desires into a future where I'm not sure when it's going to happen. I'm not sure when my desire is going to happen, because I have taken my desire and I projected it as happening sometime in the future at an unknown time. I say that it is what would seem to purposefully. If you are already accomplished, this trick of your mind hasn't worked. And yet, if you believe that this trick of your mind has worked, you act as if you are being kept from accomplishment by time, and this seems quite real to you. So if a person is tricking themselves, they will act like what they want has not happened. A person is being tricked by their ego, believes that what they would accomplish has not happened. You act as if you are being kept from accomplishment by time. You think that you just haven't had time for the right person to come into your life. You think you haven't had at the right time. It's not the right time for whatever you want to happen to happen. That's a trick. If you are being kept from accomplishment by time, if you act like it's time that's keeping you from having what you want, then this seems quite real to you because of what you believe. So you are tricked if you think that you need time to accomplish what you really truly want. That's really a powerful thought to play with for a minute. If I think that something is going to take me time to have it, I am fooled right now, because I'm still thinking that it takes time for me to have what I really am and what I really aren't. Well, okay, it doesn't take any time. It doesn't take any time to have what you are. It doesn't take any time to have what you are. And whether you realize it or not, you are seeking only what you are. Everything that you are looking for, the love, the peace, the joy, the happiness, the abundance, the power, the fun, the laughter, all of those things, that's what you are. That's what you are. You have tricked yourself every time you think that it takes time to have what you really want, because what you really want is already accomplished. What you really want is what you are. So accomplishment is not an end point. Accomplishment is a given. It's not an outcome. Accomplishment is a certainty. Accomplishment says, I am, rather than I'm going to be this one day, I'm going to be that one day, I'm going to have this one day, I'm going to have that one day. That is not accomplishment. Accomplishment says, I am. I am. I will be is a statement that presumes a future in which you will be someone other than who you are in the present. When you say I will be, you're saying that I presume that I'm going to have a future in which I'm someone different from the one I am right now. Every time I say I will be, I'm projecting in the future that I'm going to be different than the person that I am right now. Whenever you say I will, you are saying that in the future I'm going to be something different from who I am right now. Think about that. When you say I will be, you're saying I'm going to be something different in the future than who I am right now. So you see, 10 years from now, I'm going to be somebody different from the person that I am right now. So I will is really a statement that keeps you from ever being satisfied and in total peace and joy with what you are right now. It keeps you in perpetual suffering. I'm going to be something different from the person I am right now. And the person I am right now is not someone that I'm totally loving, totally appreciating, and totally seeing as beautiful. So in the future, Earl is going to be something he isn't right now. And in being something he isn't right now, that's when he's going to be happy. But how could I ever be happy being something that I'm not right now, when right now is all I have? If right now is all I have, and I'm always telling myself that I'm going to be happy in the future when I'm something that I'm not right now, then that makes certain that I will never have any real, true happiness. So it's a trick every time I tell myself that in the future, I'm going to love myself. In the future, I'm going to be somebody that I'm not right now. But the future never arrives. There's only now. So if I'm ever going to love myself and appreciate myself, I have to love who I am right now, believing that I am it right now. So you are who you are right now. And anything that keeps you from loving who you are right now, that's the thought, feeling, emotion, or belief that you need to get rid of. Okay? Unity and oneness only exist in the here and the now. I can only join with you right now. We can only be in contact with each other while we're online together right now. You all are commenting to me right now. I'm talking to you right now. You're sending heart emojis right now. So if we're going to join, if we're going to connect, if we're going to love each other, we got to do it right now, because it's right an hour from now, we won't be on the line together. So saying we're going to join each other in the future is saying that we got to be something other than what we are right now. And right now we're on the line and online together. So we want to be anywhere other than where we are, which is online together. Then we can't possibly have the unity that we want, because we can't make it any different than it is right now if we want to join right now. So unity exists only in the here and now of the present. There is no will be in unity. If you are in oneness, there is no such thing as I will be this or I will be that. A being who is aware of their oneness never speaks in terms of what they're going to be in the future. A conscious being, an awake being, never thinks in terms of what they're going to be in the future. A conscious being is never thinking in terms of what they're going to have in the future. A conscious being is never focused on what they want to have in the future, what I'm going to be in the future, that in the future I'm going to be something that I am not right now. So oneness really recognizes that there is only what is. That what exists is what is. Like, that's right, Melissa. I am, not I will be. I am. I will is a statement that assumes that I'm going to be something in the future that I am not right now. Us saying we're going to join with each other online in the future is saying that in order for us to have what we want, things have to be different from the way they are right now. We're going to have to be different than the way we are right now. That's right, Kathy. I love you now. which is the same as saying, I free you now. Yeah, you're right, Juliet. Maybe that is the reason why you didn't know, and we all always say we don't know what we are going to be. Because the truth is, that's an ego statement, because it's saying sometime in the future you will be something you aren't right now, and then you'll be happy. So, there's only what is. Thus, the limits you would place on the concept of something being what it is must be part of this discussion. Because even when I tell you that there's only what is, then you still are going to be tempted to come up with your concepts of what is. If I tell you it's just what it is, then you're going to still be tempted to come up with your concepts about what it is. So we have to watch trying to come up with our concepts about what this is. It is what it is, whatever it is. Your mind would tell you that a chair is a chair, and then you regard it as a fact. Your mind says this is Earl Purdy, and then you think that's a fact. Through the learning you have done since your birth, through everything that you have learned since you were born, you have come to recognize that a chair has certain qualities. Because of what you've learned since you were born, you believe that a chair has certain qualities, and the most essential of which is that a chair has properties, and a chair is a structure on which to sit. So I have learned that the purpose of a chair is to allow me to sit, and I learned that from the time I was born. And so I just assume that that's a chair, because that's what I've been taught. The exercises of A Course in Miracles and the exercises in the Course in Miracles are fantastic. The exercises of A Course in Miracles begin with asking you to do what? You need to call into question these beliefs in known observable facts. You need to question the fact. You need to question your beliefs. It's time for you to question the beliefs that you have always assumed are facts. You think it's a fact that I'm Earl. You think it's a fact that you're a body maybe. Or you think it's a fact that that's the floor in front of you. Or you think it's a fact that that's a television. So what we're being asked to do is to question our beliefs about things that we see as observable facts. You may have regarded these exercises in A Course in Miracles as silly, or you may have thought of the lessons in A Course in Miracles as silly, or you may have thought of the lessons of physics and felt as if you understood these exercises on an intellectual level. But what these exercises have prepared you for is an acceptance of the ongoing change that is creation, an acceptance that something can be what it is, a known fact, an object with an identity, but also part of the ongoing nature of creation. Creation is ongoing change. We were just told that creation is ongoing change. So that would say that we should stop fighting change. If we want to be creative, we have to stop fighting change. If you want to be creative, stop fighting change. If you want to be creative, stop fighting change. Stop resisting change. If you want to be creative, accept that change is ongoing and change is always happening at this level. I don't care what you're doing, Earl. I don't care what you are experiencing. I don't care who you're with. I don't care what you're doing. The one thing that you can count on while you are in time is change. So to be creative in time, you allow change. You allow change in yourself. You allow change in everything. You allow everyone in your life to change. Allow everyone in your life to change. Don't expect anyone in your life not to change. Change is creativity in this plane. So a person that allows creativity to flow through them is a person that allows and accepts change. So you can appear to have I can appear to be, let's say, I can appear to be your brother. So I could still be your brother, but I would be changing. And to accept my changing and for you to accept your changing allows us to be creative with each other and to be creative. So could this be true of a chair and not be true of you? That you have been taught you are what you think you are. You have been taught since you were a child that you are a body, probably. You have been taught that you are a human being. Who you are has been described to you since the day you were born. Since the day you were born, someone was giving you ideas and concepts about who you are until you got to the point that you believe that you are what you've been taught you are, and you believe that you are what you think you are. It's time for you to question the beliefs that you have been given about everything. To go beyond something, you question it. To get past an illusion or a false idea, you have to see that it is not true. And the way to get to the point that you can see through an illusion is to question it. And you begin to call into question what you believe are known, observable facts. It is your belief that change and growth, is it your belief that change and growth are indicative of all that can be accomplished rather than of what is already accomplished that needs adjustment now? It is your belief that change and growth are indicative of all that can be accomplished rather than of what is already accomplished that needs adjustment now. In other words, as a tree exists fully accomplished within its seed, and yet the tree does still grow and change, you exist fully accomplished within the seed that is the Christ or the true self in you. You exist fully accomplished within the seed that is the Christ, the true self in you. Even while you continue to grow and change, you actually exist fully accomplished within the seed that is your true self in you, even while you continue to grow and change. Physical form and action of all kinds of physical forms and actions are but expressions of what already exists within the seed of the already accomplished, which is you. You are expressing what already exists inside of you. Everything you are expressing already exists inside of you. Everything that you are expressing outside of you is actually coming from what is inside of you. Physical form and action of all kinds are but expressions of what already exists within the seed of the already accomplished. Claire, you're right. My spark is fully accomplished. Juliet, you're right. The seed of who we really are, that is where all of your expression is coming from. And as long as you are here, you are going to be changing. Ongoing change is creation. Ongoing change is creation. Creation is always changing. At this level, creation is always changing. Creation is always changing. You are part of creation, so you're going to always change. Stop trying to stop changing. Stop trying to stop changing. Stop trying to stop change. Stop trying to stop change. You're going to change. I am going to change. Your mate is going to change. Your dog is going to change. Your car is going to change. Everything you see is going to change. Change is ongoing creation. Everything is going to change, even though it is the same. Who you really are, that seed of God, that seed of love, that will never change. Your expression of it, it will always change. So stop resisting changing. Changing is what's most natural for you. Change is creativity. Take a deep breath now. Be with what you've heard so far. Okay, we're going to have some takeaways from what I've covered at this time. I'm going to take a moment to say that you are a total blessing to me, and I am hearing this at a level I've never heard it before, and I'm sure some of you are too. I appreciate you appreciating my class, my talk. If you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation, as I am a full-time teacher, that's what I do in the world, then go to my website, earlpurdy.com, earlpurdy.com. Please do that. I'm also available for one-on-one counseling, advising, opening, tutoring sessions called clarity sessions, where we work one-on-one with each other to remove blocks, to really practicing this and getting this. They're called clarity sessions or tutoring sessions. Go to my website, earlpurdy.com, and check it out. You are fantastic. You are awesome. Thank you, Joanne. I feel like it was powerful for me. I'm feeling it all the way through me. I'm going to be doing a advanced mind and heart training workshop on the 13th of January. If you want to find more about it, then email me. Go to my website and contact me and let me know if you'd like to be a part of it. I need your email address. My email is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. Real easy. It's my name, earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. In 2018, I really want to go to another level of consciousness. I want to do the change that I'm not going to fight change. I feel like God, the force within us, it knows where it wants to go. It's my resistance that keeps me in pain and keeps things from happening. It's because I'm resisting change. So what was the main points that we got out of this? What were some of the main points? I want to go back and review what I covered so far and make sure that we get some of the main points here. One of the first things that we heard is that we've got to stop thinking in terms of time. We've got to stop thinking that we are something that begins and something that ends. You're not something that begins and something that ends. Who you really are, the call of your heart is going to come from beyond time. You are already accomplished, and what you are that you've already accomplished, that is the expression of yourself that you are giving right now. Rita, thank you for saying that you're beyond grateful to my timeless presence, because you know what? I'm beyond grateful to your timeless presence. See, I want to talk to you as who you really are. I want you to talk to me as who I really am. I want you to talk to me as if I'm not a body. And I want to talk to you as if you're not a body. So that would be another way of saying I want to talk to you as if you're not a woman. Or I want to talk to you as if you're not a man. And I want you to talk to me as if I'm not a man. I want us to start reaching outside of time. It's time for us to start moving outside of the idea that we're just a body mind, which is something that we learned from the time we were born. Suppose you're not who you were taught you are. Suppose the reason why you haven't been as fulfilled as you've ever wanted to be in your life was because you were trying to be something in the future. That's what I heard. It was like, stop talking about what you will be, Earl. Stop talking about what you will be. You're saying that you believe that sometime in the future you're going to be happy because you're something other than who you are right now. Stop telling yourself that you're going to be happy when you're something other than who you are right now at some unknown time in the future. That keeps you from knowing that you are the accomplished. You are the accomplished. Okay. That's okay. Let's see. Take a breath. The question is, how then do you apply that to the time the physical body has? I'm not sure about what the question is. How then do you apply that? I don't understand what that is to the time the physical body has in this lifetime. Well, okay, here's something that's coming to my mind. Look, you just as well accept that your physical body is going to change and your physical body will end. Okay, we just need to stop kidding around with that. You know that that's what appears to happen. You see it every day. You hear of it every day. You read about it every day. It's not a mystery. It's not abstract. It's not something that's coming out of our imagination. The physical body ends every day. You know relatives whose physical body is end. You've had friends. You see strangers. You see movies. So the fact that we sit up and still try to, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, Juliet. I'm just saying something that's coming through me right now. It's like I see what it's talking about. We've got to accept change. I can't spend the rest of. I have a birthday coming up on the 15th of December. I will have been on the planet 67 years at that point in time. It doesn't make sense to me to pretend that my body isn't changing or that my body is not going to end. But I don't. That's what we were being told tonight, that the calling of who you really are, what you really are, is outside of time. So who I really am, it never dies. But Earl Purdy's body is going to end. It's in time, and there's nothing in time that doesn't appear to begin and end in time. And part of being a very maturing spiritual being would be someone who recognized that the way to be happy is to allow yourself to recognize the truth and the love that's inside of you, and it's what you are now. So that way you won't be projecting your happiness some point in the future when you become something that you aren't right now. And if you don't love what you are right now, that's your spiritual work. Your spiritual work is to undo all of the thoughts, all of the feelings, and all of the emotions that keep you from loving the incredible being that you already are right now. We move in unity, like it says, we move in unity when we stop thinking of ourselves. We move faster when we stop thinking of ourselves as still learning within time. Okay, okay. So you are the accomplished, and you are complete. And I've heard that so many times. You are whole. And I remember when people would say that to me, and it would just say, yeah, right, okay, I'm complete, I'm whole. I'm complete, I'm whole. I remember when that was such a far-fetched idea, my wholeness and my completion, that I couldn't even keep my attention focused on the person or the material that was telling me how awesome I am. It was so far beyond my conception of myself that I couldn't even listen to the loving truth about who I was, and I would go unconscious and I would fall asleep. And so now it's time for us to recognize that we are the accomplished. You are the accomplished. And now your process is going to move faster than it's ever moved before. I'm so glad I was with you, mighty companion. You are loved by me. You are fantastic. You are incredible. And let yourself integrate this. Listen to this over and over again. Share this video. Share this video. Post this video. Share this video. Post this video. I love you. I appreciate you. And you are the accomplished. Mwah. Love you so much.